Well, thanks so much for joining me. We're going to be going on a little trip around the shortwave radio bands here using my Hammarlund radio. This is a fantastic radio, which I really like using. And I'll give you a bit of a tour just before we get going here. So just look at the lower part of your screen. You'll see the entire radio here. And you'll also see the cameras I've got in front of it. Okay, I'll give you a quick tour of the controls and we'll get going. So that's the selectivity control. That's the band selecting control. It's the volume control. That's the tuning. I won't probably be using these two controls, so we won't worry about them. And if I start using this control up here, I'll talk about it at that time. So up here is the signal strength meter, shows how strong the incoming signal is. This is showing us what frequency we're tuned to. It's not terribly accurate or precise. When I change bands, this pointer changes like that. You can see in this window is the band that's being tuned. Maybe you can see that. And this window up here is just an index number. It doesn't actually mean anything in terms of frequency, but when I turn the dial just a little bit, you can see exactly what I'm doing to tune in whatever we're listening to. So it's great to look at that dial.
Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and Mazda said on Thursday that aluminum parts from Japan's third largest steel maker, which have been used to build the exterior of their vehicles, are safe. Shares of Kobe Steel surged following the statements from those car makers. But the steel maker at the center of an ongoing quality cheating scandal still has to face a probe from the U.S. Justice Department. Quality checks are continuing at hundreds of companies involved in Kobe's supply chain.
Want to know what's trending in China? China Plus News Facebook page helps you to discover the real China. From the latest news to quirky Chinese inventions, videos, photos, live streaming, and more. Join in the conversation today by searching for China Plus News on Facebook and discover its news, its people, its traditions and culture. China Plus News Facebook page. Open your eyes to the real China.
It's 43 past the hour, turning to sports, starting with football. It's match day 3 of the Europa League. Arsenal edged 10-man Crvena Zvezda 1-0. Olivier Giroud's stunning late bicycle strike gave Arsenal the victory and kept them firmly on course to reach the knockout stage. Lyon won at Everton.
La noche del viernes, Pollos en Berlander, Luis Severino, Borja
O God, thou knowest my foolishness, and my sins are not hid from thee. Let not them that wait on thee, O Lord, God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Because of thy sake, I have borne reproach. Shame hath covered my face. I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and that reproach they are fallen upon me. And when I wept and chastened my soul with fasting, that was to my reproach. I made sackcloth also my garment. I became a proverb to them. They that sit in the gate speak against me. And I was the song of the drunkard. But as for me, my prayer is unto thee, O Lord, in acceptable time. O God, in the multitude of thy mercy, hear me in the truth of thy salvation. Deliver me out of minds of the mire. Let me not see. Let me be delivered from them that hate me, and out of the deep waters. Let not the water flood overflow me.
Christianity has just exploded there.
Further evidence of how God is using you. And, you said earlier that, had your birth mother made another decision with what to do with this unplanned pregnancy, you wouldn't be here today. And yet not only are you touching the lives of people in San Antonio and your own children and Vacation Bible Study, but now God is using you in a great way halfway around the world. So again, just another plea to any woman who's listening that discovers herself pregnant and really doesn't know what to do. You've got to have that baby because God has plans for that baby. You may not have.
Local en Roumanie.
Par exemple, j'en veux pour l'inclusion sociale. Évidemment, ça se fait avec le plus haut niveau, français, mais aussi au roumain, avec les ministères concernés. Mais après, c'est aussi centré sur les collectivités territoriales et leurs actions. Deuxième exemple, par exemple, en mars, des rencontres européennes de Transylvanie sur la ville durable.
Y de la vida de cada hombre. No se olviden jamás, agregó, que cada injusticia contra un pobre es una herida abierta y disminuye la misma dignidad.
Who would love to adopt a baby or to choose to raise a baby. Again, you are not abandoned, you are not lost, you are not forsaken, you are not ashamed. There are many who will love you and step alongside you to support you in this process.
Vision assez française, mais pas la même, par exemple, pas la même que la vision anglo-saxonne. Après, par exemple, en Belgique, la coopération décentralisée, telle qu'elle est appelée, c'est beaucoup plus
Así que lo que tiene de frente los cachorros no es nada, pero que nada fácil contra los Dodgers de Los Ángeles, Puerto Peña. El envío. Mañana, señores, 8 de la noche en Houston, el sexto partido de la serie entre los Yankees.
Change antennas.
De la Liga Americana.
Dans les pays où vous développez cette... And that is, it doesn't really matter what anyone else says about you or thinks about you. It's I am pleasing God and doing the work that de la France en Roumanie pour cette...
El día del año 54, yo se lo voy a volver a repetir. El señor Bobby Maduro, dueño del equipo de Cienfuegos.
Activității zilei au fost arhitecți explorării diferent, speranțele de Bucureștiului și legalitatea și un verbul artist care... No en el corazón, no estamos en la presencia ante el Señor, sino en virtud del único bautismo que nos ha constituido en una fraternidad real. Sí, somos y nos sentimos familiares de Dios.
Siamo e ci sentiamo familiari di Dio.
En La Habana, con la participación de 270 delegados y 50 invitados. Participarán constructores atenseños en conferencia nacional. Desde Artemisa, Adrián Havana, Cuba. De las provincias cubanas, Alberto Hernández, desde allí con su reporte.
Sí, gracias y saludos a los amigos oyentes de Radio Habana, Cuba. En Pinar del Río concluyó el proceso de nominación de candidatos ante paso en vista a la votación en las elecciones generales.
Tiene 24 años, es de Don Ramón. Nació el 1 de diciembre del año 1992. El lanzamiento de piconazo, un chucho ahí de Clayton. 2-1 el conteo para Baez. Tiene una estatura de 6 pies, pesa 190 libras. Debutó en Grandes Ligas el día 5 de agosto del año 2014 con el equipo de los Cachorros, 4 años con Chicago. El envío le tiró, tremendo swing que hizo ahí como para conectar jonrón Javier Baez. Este año terminó con un total de 23 jonrones, impulsó 75, conectó 14 cuadrangulares, impulsó 59 el año pasado. Listo el zurdo, el envío, bola, 3-2. En su primera temporada en 52 partidos, Baez conectó En esa campaña regular, 9 bambinazos, impulsó 20. De por vida el boricua tiene 47 jonrones. Listo Clayton. El lanzamiento strike cantado. Se va rápidamente Baez.
Yo, con 3 y 2, una recta por el medio plato, estaba buscando el gancho y ni hizo ademán de hacerlo swing. Con 3 y 2, tú tienes que por lo menos darle foul, ¿no?
Also, the fourth tone.
Right, I hear people saying,
Right. No. Misroad. We're way smooth. 走错路. To go the wrong way.
走错路，
您走错路了. You're going the wrong way.
您走错路了。
请问去朝阳公园是一直从这里走吗？
您走错路了，应该左拐。
您好，请问去军事博物馆是在？
The real story heard every Thursday here on Radio Havana, Cuba. Well, that's about all the time we have for today, but we do still have time to take a look at our headlines for this past hour. Cuban civil society demands an end to the U.S. blockade against the island. Havana hosts Cuba CARICOM workshop on climate change. Venezuela swears in newly elected governors. And Russia urges the United States to destroy its chemical weapons. And that's all for today, but you can join us here tomorrow on Radio Havana, Cuba. From Studio 6, this has been our English language broadcast for today with Lena and Gerwin on the news. On the controls, Tony Barrios. General production by Juan Jacomino. Artistic direction by Annabelle Fontana. And tomorrow in our programming, we'll have our regular Friday lineup because tomorrow is Friday with Caribbean Outlook Show. Of course, we'll have our news, our commentary viewpoint, and our music from this Caribbean island. Great music from Cuba. All of that and much, much more right here on the radio. Radio Havana, Cuba. My God.
See you next week on Live from Studio B. WHRI is now ending its broadcast at 5,920 kilohertz. Our next broadcast will be at 7,385 kilohertz. Thank you for listening to World Harvest Radio International.
You can find out more about WRMI at our website, WRMI.net. That's WRMI.net. Visit our website and share your QSL reports. This is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida.
This is the old comer. My name is Brother Stair. Jesus coming in this, your lifetime. This is the last generation and the last time. Maranatha.
And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, "Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath."
station, WBCQ, Monticello, Maine, USA.
Financiero de los Estados Unidos contra Cuba. El presidente de Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro, juramentó al gobernador del estado de Miranda, Víctor Rodríguez, de Aragua, Marcos Torres y de Carabobo, Rafael Lacaba. Durante los actos de juramentación, ratificaron los nuevos dirigentes estatales su compromiso con la revolución bolivariana y Maduro, y confirmaron su voluntad de trabajar junto al pueblo para el desarrollo sostenible de sus territorios y el bienestar de sus habitantes. En las tomas de posesiones, el primer mandatario venezolano repudió la permanente agresión de Estados Unidos contra el país sudamericano y los constantes ataques a funcionarios candentes. El Ministerio de Salud de Uganda confirmó la existencia de casos de epidemia similar al mortífero ébola que cobró algunos en África Occidental hace 3 años. El titular sanitario, Jane Ruth Aten, afirmó que tras una serie de pruebas, los especialistas aseguraron que se trata del germen González.
Lleva el número 24. González actúa como bañador. Ahí está listo en la noticia. Mandó en el primer juego. Se impulsa y viene, le tira, levanta un fly de foul. La pelota va al público. Cerca de la mascota del equipo navideño. Primer strike para el pueblo de Río. Está 1-1. Con todo y el primero con su también está contra la vida. Está contra el que son todas las mujeres. ¡Vamos! Otra vez vamos a contestar. Vamos a las 10 de la noche temprano.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 18th day of October 2017 on this Wednesday edition. We are reaching record numbers of people every day across the planet all part of our amazing human race, despite the admissions of major governments, major corporations, major bureaucracies to censor InfoWars and yours truly and our team. And that means censor you and your will and your support for this broadcast, because we are seen by the globalists as the heart, as the spirit, as the Bible of resistance to their globalist operations. And instead of just blowing me up in a car bomb, which would turn me into a martyr, they are trying to destroy who I am and who InfoWars is by building straw men and straw women that do not represent us, that are facsimiles, and then advertising that fraud and then discrediting that fraud and destroying that fraud, not the real McCoy, not the bona fide real deal. We are witnessing...
Okay, so you never know what's going to happen when you tune through with a shortwave radio, but that's not too surprising. A little weak, around 9.5 megahertz. I really thought we'd pick up a bunch of stuff there. There was nothing there tonight. But some interesting stuff a little lower down to listen to. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And a little example of what my Hammarlund radio can do. So thanks for watching, or listening anyway. Yeah, watching too.